What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We are reacting to the second episode of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. If you want to see the uncut reactions for the entire season, check out our Patreon. We've got every episode on there. We're also going to have cut downs on YouTube, but you know, as we like to say, the after party is on Patreon. We've also got movie reactions for all the Indiana Jones films, where we're going to be doing Batman and Batman Returns, The Mandalorian. Literally everything that we've been watching for the last 2.5 years is on Patreon. So if you don't know, you should know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know where the party is.
At the time of this recording, we've seen episode 1. The writer's strike has begun, and we just learned today that Game of Thrones House of the Dragon Season 2 is gonna start shooting, but without writers on set. They said all the scripts are written, and everyone's like, boy, good luck. It's not gonna be like, you're not gonna be able to make changes or do anything. It's not gonna be. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but it doesn't surprise me from a Mr. Zaslav for them to just.
It doesn't surprise us from anyone in our industry, because as we know, nobody in our industry really cares about artists, and it's really depressing when I open Twitter and I see how many people don't give a shit about artists either. So
I know,
just fuck everyone. All right,
y'all. Let's do this. Count us down.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
In all of its history, my lord, the Seven Kingdoms had never entered open war with the Free Cities. Were that to happen, the losses would be incalculable.
Incalculable. I'm gonna beat you with my slippers.
Daemon has squatted there for over half a year without even a protest from the crown.
I'll caution you, Lord Corlys. A seat at the king's table does not make you his equal.
That just felt racist.
That's fucked up.
Send us.
It isn't that simple.
It would be a show of force.
At least the princess has a plan.
Uh-oh, they didn't like that.
There's some better use for the princess's talent.
Why doesn't she go pour some tea somewhere else?
You might thank him for his loyal service, princess.
We thank you for your loyal service to the crown, sir.
But that's why I love like Avatar to Korra, because the Legend of Korra's like, and now they like 100 years have passed, and this is the tech or whatever, and I'm like, this is great. This feels like it's.
Sir Ryman Mallister. He was the last mounted of 3 and 20 knights. Sir Ryman was knighted at 8 and 10.
Do any of these knights have combat experience?
These are all, this is me looking at all my action figures.
Capturing poachers.
And Abby's just lining them up for you.
Hang on, let me see this one now, and then they stand there.
Cole.
And then posing them in different poses. Yeah.
Son of the steward of the Lord of Blackheath.
Oh, this guy's too handsome to just be a throwaway character.
Yeah, right. I was literally thinking the same thing. I'm like, of course, the next
Series regular,
handsome fucking dude.
Series regular, series regular. It's gotta be.
I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursion.
Oh yeah, he's a hunk.
Sir Arlen Dondarrion knighted me after we raised 2 of the watchtowers.
Arlen Dondarrion and Fluglarian of
Did he really just say Sir Arlen Dondarrion? Like they're just
spitballing names.
They're just making up names at this point.
Let's not be too hasty, princess. There's no doubt Sir Criston is a fine warrior.
British actors can make any name sound great.
My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat.
Of course, princess.
Well,
Isn't this the guy who plays the lizard in Amazing Spider-Man?
My favorite thing he did as the lizard is when he was like, "No way is she his girlfriend. No way." About Zendaya.
Lived here, at the volcanic face, closest to the source of their magic and power. And this was the Anogrion, where the blood mages worked their craft.
This creepy king who just lost his wife and baby is definitely going to have sex with this young woman.
I only pore over the histories and provide the plan.
That's a cool model.
Over 1,000 dragons, a navy large enough to span the seas of the world. The glory of old Valyria will never be seen again.
7 butts. 7 hells.
7 hells.
You dork.
Yeah, just make him say shit. That is silly. Like you guys, you're the cussing fantasy show. Just let him say that.
There are times when I would rather face the Black Dread himself than mine own daughter of 15.
Jesus, dude. What kind of fucking dad are you?
I think she would open herself to you.
Y'all ever dealt with a teenager, though? That's real.
You do have
my brother.
An easy way about you, Your Grace.
This woman isn't that much older than 15, this character, right? She's supposed to be like her daughter's friend.
Yeah.
You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra, do you? I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No, Your Grace.
That's manipulative. That's creepy, gross.
Oh, yeah.
I know those men and how they plot in their secret councils when I've been sent away.
You cannot worry at the matters of lords and kings, Rhaenyra. What if your father were to remarry?
Wait, this episode takes place 6 months after the last one?
I guess.
Your father loves you.
This character is just like
He chose you for his heir.
Summer's friend in the show Rick and Morty, who had like
Daemon.
wanted to fuck Summer's dad so bad.
I've yet to watch that show, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let me tell you what. This Targaryen girl, I'm rooting for her, I guess, but you know,
What do I say?
I don't like
If you wish.
this young woman. I don't like how her dad forced her to go talk to the king. I don't like how she's like, okay, I guess that's what I'm going to do in my life. Do you guys remember
It's
Big
only
Daddy?
It's gonna be a long season 1, isn't it?
I know.
It is.
I want him to see me as more than his little girl. Mine own father does not know the language of girls either. When I wish to talk with him, I know that I must make the effort.
We're good friends, right? Don't you think I'd make like a good stepmom? Like I could be like your cool stepmom, right? What? Nothing.
God help me.
This looks like the Getty.
Your Grace.
Where is that?
I'm glad we could meet.
You know that extra little Getty museum?
Yep, the Getty Villa.
As king, it is my obligation to avoid war until such time it is unavoidable.
None among us desire open war. Might I speak plainly, Your Grace?
So this is what's up. Here's how I feel about this.
And a blind incursion in the Stepstones is the only way to demonstrate that we are not?
To elude a storm, you can either sail into it or around it. Never await its coming.
Do you have a specific course of action to propose, my lord?
Game of Thrones, man. They scheming. They scheming.
Wed our daughter Laena. Unite the two great surviving Valyrian houses. You can show the realm that the crown's strongest days are ahead.
His cousin. That's his cousin. That woman there. That's the king's cousin. His cousin's
daughter.
The realm expects you to take a new wife sooner or later, Your Grace, to strengthen your line and produce more heirs. You could not ask for a stronger match than Laena.
It's Game of Thrones. That's how it was back then in the fantasy realm that never existed. That's how it was. Okay, it was incestuous. Just get on board.
Game of Thrones forever and goodbye.
Game of Thrones forever and ever.
Spoken much.
And only one family. And goodbye.
Forever. Bye.
I loved your mother. Very much.
As did I.
She's like more calm and collected than he is.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Interesting.
Today at small council,
Paid no mind.
I thought I might have had some insight.
You're young.
But
You will learn.
He said, "Stop interrupting me, motherfucker."
Yeah.
Ew,
Those are
worms?
maggots, bro. Those are
No
maggots,
thanks.
bro.
What is
This is
harpening?
our best chance to save the digit, Your Grace.
The digit.
Oh, his finger's rotten
The
off.
maggots will remove the dead flesh and hopefully
Yeah.
stop the advance of the rot.
Oh, because he's sick, huh? He's
Yeah.
He proposed a marriage.
To whom?
The Lady Laena.
I also think about
Combine the strength of our houses.
the Sultan in Aladdin, who's brainwashed, and then he breaks out and he goes, "But you're so old."
I do fear what Rhaenyra might think.
What does it matter, Your Grace? Her mother has passed. Her father must propagate the royal line.
Yeah.
Why is this guy able to talk?
Could you please shut the fuck up? Thank you.
The pain of her passing still haunts
I just looked
me.
it up. Your cousin's child is
To
your
be compelled
first
to
cousin once removed,
replace
but
her
the
for
common name
duty's
to call
sake.
them is niece or nephew. So,
You are the king, but I do not envy you.
George R. R. Martin be like, "I like dragons and I like when cousins fuck."
Yowza.
That's the world I created. George R. R. Martin. I'm a pretty simple
And
guy
you're
once you
gonna
get to
love
know me.
You've never seen an interview with him, have you?
Yeah,
Oh
sure. I have.
no,
I'm
is this
George R. R.
her?
Martin.
No way.
What?
No way.
Let me puke. I'll be right back. Hang on, give me one moment.
Dread.
This
You Valyrion's last rider.
This
is a
cannot be
children's.
her.
This is a children's.
With Balerion died the last memory of Valyria of old.
But Vhagar still lives.
I'm about to balarf all over the place right now. This is.
No way. Are you
Awful.
Some would
serious?
say too large for our world.
I'm about to vomit right on this
Do you know what
screen.
she
It would be a great honor to join our houses as they were in Old Valyria.
No, your parents told you to say this, kid.
What did your mother tell you?
I think about Jonah Hill. He was like, I never saw Star Wars. I never.
Until I turned 14.
Oh, 14. No, dude. Sorry, I guess my family line is dying. We're putting an end to this.
Yeah, bro. Sorry, you're a child.
You know what would be cool? I'll take somebody in the realm. I will strengthen the family by taking on like a street urchin woman, but I'll marry her and I'll prove to the world how strong the family is by bringing, like, you know.
It bothers you, does it not? Well, yeah.
It is his duty to take a new wife and strengthen his line.
I didn't ask for a lesson in politics. I asked whether this bothers you.
Lena is your daughter, princess. Does it bother you?
Jesus.
It felt like this.
I'm not sure you do.
It felt like this young girl was like, "Kind of stupid ass question is that? Does it bother you? What do you want to hear from me? Of course it's bothersome. What do you want? We're both bothered. This is bullshit."
His new wife will produce new heirs, and chances are better than not that one of those will be male. And when that boy comes of age and your father has passed, the men of the realm will expect him to be heir, not you.
She's mean. She's mean because she was burned. She didn't get to.
Yeah.
She didn't get to be queen, king.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
There you go.
Oh, I wish that could be Rhaenyra.
It will be.
The men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen at the Great Council, and they denied it.
They denied you, Princess Rhaenys, the queen who never was.
Dang.
And called me heir to the throne.
Do you remind your father's men of that as you carry their cups?
Oh boy. He's gonna guess.
She's about to be like, I'm only 15. You're old.
Yeah.
Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne.
They're describing the 2016 election.
There is no fool.
Men would rather put democracy to the torch, burn the whole thing down, than give a woman who's qualified to do the job.
A good and kind queen will give comfort to your subjects. Does the small council have a particular lady in mind?
She's like, I'll volunteer.
Lord Corlys Balarian has offered the hand of his daughter.
Age 10. Age 9.
I don't know Lena very well.
I'm sure that she is good and kind.
That's the thing that bothers you? Okay.
Don't do it. Whatever you're thinking, don't do it.
I brought you something.
I feel like the show is trying to gross us out by the other thing to try and make us be like, then these two should be married to avoid the other thing. This girl is still a child. This girl's still like 15, 16 years old. Unless her character's like 24. But I don't think her character's that old.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I asked the stonemasons to mend it.
This is a very kind gesture, Alicent.
7 hells, this is good craftsmanship.
Your Grace, I've called the small council to an emergency session. I think it best you hear it directly.
Very well.
Shit's popping off, Your Grace.
Shit is going down, sir.
Shit is cray.
Bloods and the Crips are at it again.
This is nothing less than sedition.
I strongly agree, sire.
My brother wishes to provoke me. To answer is to give him what he wants. Send him to the wall. Perhaps I could put his head on a spike.
The wall is the cold thing up north.
Has surrounded himself with an army of gold cloaks and has now stolen a dangerous weapon.
Scorio dromon Daemon leitas.
That's an important detail. Greenfire? That's a cool name for a dragon.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude.
Wait, what does that mean?
I will go to Dragonstone.
Chose you for
Daemon back to face justice myself.
It's just important to her. She has it to it.
Okay, gotcha.
Without limit. Let me go to Dragonstone.
I guess this is gonna be brother v brother. Dawn of Game of Thrones.
You're the most comely girl at court. Why do you destroy yourself?
Is that her dad?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he manipulating something?
Oh yeah, he just wants power. Yeah.
He's trying to put his family in there.
I've assembled 20 of your best household guards, my lord hand. Sahara will also join us.
We're trying to plant their seeds, you know what I'm saying?
Ew.
Exactly what he's trying to do.
Hey man, I'm just
exactly what he's trying to do.
Okay?
You're to relinquish the dragon's egg, disband your army, banish your whore, and leave Dragonstone by order of His Grace King Viserys.
Where is the king?
His Grace would never lower himself to entertain such a mummer's farce.
A mummer's farce.
He just called him a cotton-headed ninny muggins, bro. It's fighting words.
Oh my god. 7 hells. That's rough.
Yeah, so that's horrible.
You've come for the egg. Here it is.
You'd never survive this.
Well, happily, neither would you.
To choose violence here is to declare war against your king.
They're gonna keep Matt Smith, but they might kill Rhys Ifans right now in this show.
All of you, sheathe the fucking steel.
Interesting.
So they do use common bad language. Okay, I can get on board. God, how many dragons does he have?
Is there another one? Is there an even bigger one? Or is that what's her face? Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely what's her face.
Oh, you gonna messed up now.
These dragons are just like, saw it to each other.
Saw
it. Chillin', bro.
The reason that you were disinherited, if you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me and be done with all this bother.
This character has balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give her her egg back.
I think you could definitely see. I think you could definitely see the.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Petty ass toss.
He just tossed it back to her like a football.
Perhaps when we are wed, we can make that true.
I ensured long ago that I would never be threatened by childbirth.
Sonoya Mizuno, Japanese-British.
You swore to protect me, Daemon.
She was in
quite secure.
Ex Machina.
Until the king
that's where I know her
decides
from,
to
Ex
reclaim
Machina.
his ancestral seat.
La La Land, Annihilation, Crazy Rich Asians.
Most of my years have been spent living in terror. I came to you to be liberated.
Liberated from what?
Fear.
I wonder if Jonah Hill watched House of the Dragon. I bet he did.
And she is the eldest daughter of the wealthiest house in the realm. She comes from unimpeachable Valyrian stock, and she has Targaryen blood. What's to mislike?
She's 12.
Oh, okay.
She will mature.
So in 2 years, she said that her parents said she has to have sex with this guy.
Sate Lord Corlys and fix him at your side permanently as an ally.
The princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Dragonstone?
I didn't know the princess left.
And she did
all
her
the
job.
work. I did all the work.
She did what you should have done, homie.
And retrieve the egg without bloodshed.
It's a very expensive show.
A feat I'm not sure Sir Otto could have accomplished alone.
I sometimes forget how alike you both were.
I like how every day the king grabs hair to pull back, but only here enough to let this hair come out.
Yeah.
You are the king, and so your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this, just as I do.
But
okay.
It's obviously a very weird relationship. But at least they're taking the time to like talk things out. I don't know if that'll help anything, but
I mean, it makes me feel like he's not a 14-year-old creeper guy. Like he's not into kids, at least.
Yeah.
He's like, is it going to be my 12-year-old daughter?
He doesn't want to do it.
I intend to marry the Lady Alicent Hightower.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no!
Now she's gonna get
That's what the hand was doing.
Oh god!
Yup.
Oh,
This is an absurdity.
God!
My
Bro,
house
you're
is Valerian, the greatest power in the realm.
And I am your king.
And your daughter is 12.
Damn. Yeah.
He's like
you're asking me to marry your 12-year-old daughter. Please.
The lizard is like, my daughter's 4 years older than your daughter, so my daughter wins. Oh.
Oof.
We're gonna do a time jump. All right.
Yeah. Oh boy. Brutal.
Well, she didn't like that.
No. Oh, my best friend? Oh, okay.
It's just like
Valarian's origins reach back to old Valyria.
just solve problems in the kingdom, bro. Focus on the kingdom.
Yeah.
Unlike every other lord of the realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back.
Let's join forces.
Thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's talking to homeboy.
The doctor is in. Of course. Of course. Of course.
He's talking to this.
Of course.
Talking to this Wallace Anglican motherfucker.
We've been passed over too often.
Did you call me to Driftmark to remind me of my low standing, Lord Corlys? Or was there some other reason?
You've heard of the troubles in the Stepstones.
Crab feeder.
I've been petitioning the king to send my navy into the territory. But he's denied me.
It was never my brother's strongest trait, being king.
Jesus.
Dang. Okay.
If those shipping lanes fall, my house will be crippled. I will not have Driftmark beggared while our king idles himself with feasts and balls and tourneys.
I will speak of my brother as I wish.
This lord is always being reminded of his place. I'm like, y'all need to just let this man be.
It just feels racist with all these very white actors with very white hair and faces always telling him, like, know your place. I'm like,
yeah.
Know your place, bro. Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's creepy. Damn.
What is it, like a mushroom head? What was it?
What is it? What did I don't know.
Like it was some
I
kind
don't
of
know.
a mask.
What it is?
I'm really into the drama of this show. Like, it's ridiculous, and I feel like my experience of watching the first season of Game of Thrones, this show, I feel like the pacing is a little bit more sped up, and I know there's still hour-long episodes, but I feel like we're kind of getting into the story faster. I feel like in the first 5 episodes of season 1 of Game of Thrones, and maybe because it was a new show, so they felt more obligated to take the time to sort of develop everything. I feel like because this is a prequel series that is released after, they can shortcut some things, but I feel like it works for me better too. Even though I don't know a ton about the lore and the history of this universe, I feel like it's fairly the bare bones of the plot and the story is easy to follow. Even though there's all these like crazy names and Dothlarian, Flufflarian, but like that I don't really give a shit about. I care more about like, cool, the king is trying to be overpowered and everyone's trying to literally plant their seeds into his family for power.
Yeah.
For the Iron Throne. So it's conceptually it's very easy to follow, and the little details I'm like, we'll figure it out by the end of the season. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I think these episodes are very densely packed with stuff.
Yeah.
When we were starting this episode, since we did last week's episode last week, obviously, I felt like we had watched 2 episodes. And I was shocked that we were only on episode 2 and the story had progressed so quickly. So I feel you, Adam. Like this show is moving along. I'm still off put by some of these characters, given that there's like child marriage and like all this kind of gross, these old dirty nut sacks everywhere. It feels like they are giving the right characters the right traits right now.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll see, and we'll see how it pans out, obviously, because it feels like we need somebody to latch onto, and I'm not entirely sure who to latch onto at this point because everybody seems kind of shifty. But it's only episode 2, so I'm willing to give it a shot.
Like exactly what you said, Augustine. I think that they are giving the right characters the right traits and the right focus, and I do feel like that they're going to try to have the main character, or the main character that we should be attaching ourselves to, is the young girl, the 15-year-old girl, the daughter of the queen. And I think they're doing a good job with her as a character. It's very easy to root for her. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what continues to happen. You know, and I may rag on the show, but again, I will reiterate, this show is so well done. None of it is me trying to say that it's not quality. It's all quality. It's just stuff that I'm like, oh, it's just not my favorite kind of story. The royal drama is dramatic, but at the end of the day, I'm always like, it's rich people problems. I don't, like I'm less concerned with that, but more concerned with, But again, it's all early too. Like, are they building up to, there is going to be a war with this other neighboring group, and like that kind of stuff is more interesting to me. Of like, okay, now you have to put these characters in larger problems and positions other than just, my wife is dead and I must remarry. I don't care about that sort of courtly, royal drama. Like, ooh, so-and-so has to marry so-and-so, but they secretly love so-and-so. Yeah. I'm like, I don't give a shit. But it's a great show so far. Very, very well done.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how I feel about the end of season 1. We're going to find out.
We'll see. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If this is your first time watching, how are you feeling about the show so far? If this is a rewatch for you, let us know how you feel about rewatching the show. And if you're a big fan of Game of Thrones, let us know in the comments below. Check out the Uncut Reactions on Patreon. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.